Hi guys, finally after a couple of months on and off I've completed my sofa stroke sort of day bed, I guess. So I'm very pleased how it's come out. So hopefully this video will show you a little bit of an insight of how I built it. So this video starts from the box onwards. So I've done the framework for it and then just fabricated from then on. So you'll see the process that I've gone through with it. If you're interested in making the box, then there are a few YouTubers online that I can always put a link in the description to go and view that. The other thing that I didn't do was the cushions. Now I got my mum out of retirement to do these because she offered to do them, and she didn't want to be filmed, but I think she's done a fantastic job. I can always leave a link in the description again for the material and the foam. So let's not waste any more time and let's get back into the video. 'Cause I'm on mission like the 007. No, it's not the coronavirus. Okay, so this is the box finished. So I had to strengthen it in areas. So you can actually lift it up here. So this was a little bit difficult to work out where the hinges go and how it all worked. But the front panel will go on here, and then the back bit will fit on this bit here and the side. So this is it extended out, so it can hold about 120 kilos apparently. These runners are quite expensive. I'll put a link in the description, but I'm quite pleased how this has turned out. Now I will just fabricate the front and the sides, put the sides on. So I've just been putting the front on it, just getting these gaps right here. So basically the box lifts up as well, so I'll end up having a water pump and everything in here. So this is the base. The back bit I've just taken off, you can see that later. I'm just fabricating that. So I'll start sort of laminating the front, putting vinyl on there to match it with all the other stuff. But yes, I'm pleased with how it's come out. So in this clip I'm just cutting out the rear section for the seat. This is cut out of a large bit of ply. This is obviously a lot cheaper than buying smaller bits. As you can see, I've marked out the side panel here. I'm using my Makita rail, which makes things a hell of a lot easier and more accurate, so I'd recommend getting one of these if you're doing a project like this. Now I'm just gluing the rear section and clamping them down before I put sort of strengthening strut bars in, which you'll see a little bit later. Now I'm just cleaning off the excess glue after screwing it down, and now I'm just marking out these strengthening sort of strut bars. Again, clamps are always handy when you're doing something like this, especially if there's no one else around to help you. but it also helps bond the bits of wood together and makes things a lot more precise and easier. As you can see, it's starting to take shape, and hopefully this piece will be very, very strong. So now the camera's pan round, you can see the side sections and that rear section that I'm just about to apply. The back panel section I've just taken out, and I'm just about to fabricate with fabric and just some glue that I've got left. I've got some more on order, and just do the one side. It's actually, as you try and make out, it's actually tilted on its side at the moment. It's just so I've got access to the top. It's just a lot easier doing it this way, but hopefully we will see how it comes out. And the material is the same material that I've been using for the roof and the underside of these units. And these are all to try and match this unit here that had like a silver laminate, but I managed to find basically silver material, so hopefully it'll look really good. So I'm just spraying contact adhesive here, some on the material and some on the wood. You just let it sort of touch dry before you join the two together, but it's a very strong glue, so this won't be coming off. All you need to do is just take your time around the edges, and the result should be quite neat. This is the back panel uprighted, and this is what I've just done here. Put the silver sort of material. It's like a fake silver leather. Sounds gory, but it looks good. So that's the back bit that's separate. As you can see, it's got strengthening at the back. So yeah, I'm just going to put it in place just to see how it looks. I've just put a vinyl wrap on this front section. This was the hardest bit. I had to undo all these screws here, these ones, every alternate one, to get the vinyl underneath to make a neater job. But it's turned out quite nice. I'm pleased with it. So now it's just put it all back in the van now and put it all together. So now in this clip I'm just joining all the parts, the back bit, the base and all its paneling. I think you can notice that the felt as well at the back, I didn't film that bit, but that again is the same, using contact adhesive, and it was actually just stuff that I had left over, which it won't get seen, but it just neatens the whole thing. Again, you just take your time putting stuff back together. Sometimes things don't always fit, especially if you put material on it, so there's a little bit of fettling to do, but again, just take your time and the result should be good. So here I'm just joining the side panels to the main box. So this just makes it as one basically, but it also strengthens it. So again, it's just taking your time, making sure that you don't sort of punch in the material as well. So you have to be thinking like that too, but the result in the end is good. Right, now for the last bit on here, it's the back section that I just sort of joined, and now I'm just wiring the electrics back up that I'd previously wired into the van. This doesn't get seen, but if I'm working on the laptop, it means I can plug it in and charge the computer. Okay, now it's time to just fit it all in. I'm going to be using brackets to screw it into the bottom of the van. Okay, so I finished the seat stroke bed. Still got the cushions to go, of course. But I'm very pleased how it's turned out. So as you can see, it matches the same style as all the other units. So the front panel, these are all vinyl wrapped, so they just match these and the original kitchen that I have done, just to make it into the same sort of style. So yeah, it's been a little bit of a ball ache and a lot of working out, but it's got there. If I can just grab this here, this actually lifts up too. So in here, as there's the electrics there, I will put one of those Laguna table mounts in the corner there. But there's plenty of storage at the moment. But yeah, the Truma pump's going to go under here eventually, but at the moment it'd just be great storage. I've just done a little bit of an upgrade. I've put these gas struts in either side. They're from Amazon, so I can put a link in the description. They are 200 newtons meters, I think they're called, for the strength. Anyway, these brackets here are a little bit too weak. I had to strengthen those because they bent instantly, which I've sort of complained to Amazon about, but the actual struts itself are okay, and this bracket's okay here. But anyway, it helps me keep the door open, and then with one hand I can just release it there. Right, so one of the last jobs I've got to do is basically just put an end strip along here, because when you look at it at the front you end up seeing the bits of wood. So I've cut this piece of aluminium, and then it should look like that, so when the seat covers are on, you don't actually see the wood. Another thing that I have done already that I haven't filmed is I've actually put a bracket here for the Lagoon table, so you'll see all that up, and just under here away from the box is where I fitted it. It comes with a backing plate but for strength, but I didn't need it on here because I had the framework of this bed stroke seat, so hopefully the table will be nice and secure. So here I'm just pre-drilling all the holes just to make things a lot easier. That way you're not splitting the wood. Everything's been countersunk as well. So there it is. So hopefully when it's covered up you won't be able to see these slats, and I countersunk all the screws in so they don't snag on the cushions. So here it is without the table. The table's over here. So you can see what I mean, where it actually covers up the slats. So I'm very pleased how it's turned out, and it sits very well too. Okay, so my next project are the upper cupboards for this side and this side. These are the final ones.